Villagers, thank you for your love and support. I appreciate it. Oh, the narrative is shifting and the enemies of Mali are feeling the heat. Literally. We are now well into this offensive and the tone coming from the northern corridors has changed drastically. If you listen closely, you don't hear the arrogance of those who thought they could march on Bamako or hold Kida indefinitely. No, today you hear the desperate high-pitched screaming of T Group's commanders who are sadly realizing that the skies over Mali belongs to the Malian armed forces. They are crying to their international humanitarian handlers, claiming that our drone strikes and precision missiles attacks are somehow unfair or violations. Let's be clear about what's actually happening. We are not violating their rights. We are ending their right of terror. For years, these groups, the GNIM and the FLA and their affiliates operated with the belief that they could hide in the rocky outcrops, camouflage their movement in the desert, and strike our convoys with impunity. They counted on the fact that we wouldn't be able to track them in the vast northern terrain. But the era is dead. When the Malian military and our partners integrated advanced drone surveillance and sky capabilities, we stripped them of their only advantage, invisibility. Every time they try to gather their logistics, stockpiles and their stolen arms or organize a siege on a civilian town, they are being tracked by the sky. The skies are now seeing the ones hitting the arms catches in Kida. They are crying to the international press. Why the sudden concern for human rights from groups that have spent the last months burning civilian trucks and blockading entire population in Lorry and beyond? It is a calculated propaganda move. They know they cannot win a conventional fight against a modernized, motivated Malian armed forces. They know they can't face our army and our air support in an open engagement. So they try to run to the Western media and the international organizations, hoping to trigger a humanitarian outcry. They want the world to pressure to stop the strikes so they can regroup, rearm, and continue their slaughter. They want to turn their own defeat into a humanitarian crisis to save their necks. The Malian people see through it. Look at the result. We have seen the neutralizations of high-level commanders like Elias Ali al-Bakr. This wasn't a grand skirmish. This was the result of a military machine that knows exactly where to hit.
Fam, let me share a crazy one with you guys. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. You will not believe that the T guys in Mali who unalived so many civilians, plus the Minister of Defense of Mali, and they attempted to unalive General Assimi, destroyed a mosque, destroyed innocent people, are now crying that the Malian farmer, which are the defense forces of Mali, are dropping biscuits on them. They ran to their masters the other day crying because the Malian armed forces together with the AES task force plus the Africa Corps are smoking them out. They are using their aerial devices. They are using drones. They are using missiles. They are dropping, those colossal biscuits on them. They are bombing those guys without any mercy. And they run to their masters complaining that they are dropping big bombs on us. They are unaliving us. The saddest part is these people had the effrontery to put that on their press. And they started saying that Malian armed forces are using heavy artillery on the T guys. You would not believe what you are hearing. Go to these media like the France 24, RFI, and all these French media. You would see that on there. And other media. They have the effrontery to complain when they unalived innocent civilians in Mali, unalived the Minister of Defense. These people did not have mercy on Mali. They went to their media and started rejoicing, inviting the chief T guys on their platforms to come and have interviews. It was not a problem to them. Now that the Malian armed forces have decided that they will not sit on the defensive, they have taken to offensive. Now it's becoming a problem to them. What an interesting thing, right? What I will say, mon général Assimi, il faut continuer à les neutraliser. Pas de pitié maintenant. Pas de pitié maintenant. Le général Sadio est parti, mais il y a des centaines de milliers de T-guys who are going to pay for that. General Sadio is gone, but hundreds of thousands of the T-guys are going to pay for that. Kudos to the farmer. Kudos to the AES task force. Kudos to the Africa Corps.
When you strip a T-group network of its leadership and its logistics, the entire structure collapses. They are now fragmented into isolated hit-and-run cells. They are no longer fighting for independence or jihad. They are fighting for their own survival, scavenging for supplies and trying to avoid the very skies that have become their worst nightmare. We have to talk about the sanctuary issue. The reports are consistent. These groups strike in Mali and then vanish across our borders, specifically towards Mauritania, where they believe they are untouchable. They think the border is a shield, but the Malian collective is no longer accepting this neighborhood excuse. The message to those harboring these unalivers is clear. If you allow your territory to be the haven for these destroying our nation, you are complicit in their crimes. You will hear the foreign press call this instability. I call it the painful, necessary birth of a sovereign Mali. They say we are relying too much on foreign equipment. We are using what we have to defend our people. They say we are too aggressive. We are acting with the precision required to protect 20 million people from a handful of foreign-backed insurgents. Do not let them distract you with talk of human rights violations. Where was this talk of human rights when they were attacking Kati? Where was this international outrage when they unalived our Minister of Defense? Their silence then speaks volumes about their agenda today. The African has risen. To my VIP members, thank you. You are the ones who allow me to stay on this front line, to break down the reality of what's happening in Kida and beyond, and to reject the colonial lies being fed to the rest of the world. The struggle is hard, but it is glorious. We are clearing our land. We are securing our borders. And for the first time in generations, we are doing it on our own terms. What do you think about these cries from the insurgents groups? Is it a signal of total defeat? Tell me in the comment section. Africa has risen. Africa is taking its sovereignty into its own hands. And one day they say shall never cease to happen, that now these people can cry out to the world for help. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall. And united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we'll make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali.